different people come together. They share different values. They have different cultural backgrounds. They can learn from each other. They can learn each other's stories. I like it. I like to be with different people.
To me, it's really important to be educated in a multicultural environment, and it happens to be that now in the world it's a multicultural environment. You take the example of this campus in Hayes, it's a multicultural environment. You get students from Brazil, you get students from France, from Germany, from other countries in Europe, from Eastern Europe, you get students from Russia, students from China, students from Asia. In more general, we get some people from Oceania. I think every continent is represented here, and it's really a good example of how multicultural now the world is, and how it's important to be educated, because we need to be able to communicate all those people well together, not like it happened with the Tower of Babel in the Old Testament. Like, it's really important that those people are interacting all together now, and so things do not happen in a bad way like it could happen nowadays. Like, we can still see problems with discriminations and problem with respect with some other people. You know, it's really important.
Not just about in classroom the professor give a lecture. It's also about how students get along with each other. Like in our residential building West Hall, we have a lot of international students and the local American students. When both of the international students and American students, when they are together, they need to accept each other's difference, and they will find a lot of similarity.
I'm coming from a different culture. When I came to the United States, I realized how important it was to get educated in a multicultural environment, because I was looking at everything with a French perspective, you know, and so I became kind of like a scientist. I mean, I don't want to get fancy or anything, but we become international students, become on this campus scientists for the culture. It means like we have a very critical eye, and we're looking at everything that is happening around the campus. We're not creepers though, but we're just looking at everything that is happening on this campus with a different eye than what most of the people that are from the United States do. You know, for us, when people give a hug to each other, it could seem the most crazy thing, but for us, we observe everything. I give an example. When people greet each other here, they can do it in so many different ways. When we're back home, we greet each other with either we shake the hands or we give the bees. Usually girls and girls give a kiss on the cheek to each other. Girls and guys give a kiss on the cheek to each other, which is the same thing. And guys shake hands. They give a kiss on the cheek to each other if they're really good friends. So it's only two things here. People give kiss on the cheek, they shake hand, they hug. There's two sides. There's two hugs. So one hug, the real one, like you're a good friend. There's also the lateral hug. Like I've seen people give lateral hugs here. Like there's a certain angle. It's like so many things that we can observe and that is important for us to be aware of. And I think this is a short example of how it is to be multiculturally educated, is to be aware of all those differences and not to have especially this critical eyes. When I say critical eyes, I give you another example. I've been very shocked here. The first time I came, when I saw people coming in class in flip-flops with socks, track shorts or sweatpants, and a high school t-shirt that were like 2 times too big for them. And I was really shocked, because in my country, back home, people dress in shorts or people dress in pants, but they never show up to university in sweatpants. They never show up in flip-flops and socks, or they never show up in a sports attire unless they're going to the gym. And I was really shocked the first time, you know, to see good-looking boys, good-looking girls showing up like dressed in something that I would not judge not proper, but I was not used to doing back home. And I was like, why is everybody wearing sweatpants? And so I could have looked at that with a very critical eye. Like I look at that with a very critical eyes, but I could have looked at that with, for example, saying, come on, those people do not treat themselves really well, and and why they don't take the time to dress properly. And it could have been like that. But when you come to a foreign country, you have to learn to look at it from a different perspective, and which is the perspective of the host country. And from here, I learned that coming to sweatpants in class is maybe not very glamorous, but it's very comfy, and that's true. Like when you're in class, you come, you want to be seated comfortably, you're gonna spend a good amount of time in the classroom. You don't want to be very uncomfortable. You want to gain as much sleep as you can before the class. So you just go into your PJs in class, and it's perfectly fine. It's things like that. I think it's those are two great examples of what it represents for me to be multiculturally educated. Is to be able to recognize and understand everything that is happening around that are related to different cultures, different backgrounds, different social backgrounds. And I think it's really, really, really important nowadays.